The real danger isn't hackers. It's you still using potato1 as your password and copy-pasting it across every account like it's a personality trait. This isn't fear-mongering. It's a reminder that convenience is cute until someone else owns your digital life. You know, once upon a time, all you needed to scam someone was a trench coat, a fake Rolex, and the ability to say, "Trust me," with a straight face. Now, all it takes is a well-crafted link, a bit of emotional manipulation, and you. Yes, you, being a little too trusting, tired or distracted while scrolling through your messages. We used to be afraid of hackers in hoodies, typing furiously in dark basements. But let me tell you, the real threat is Steve from Discord, who says he wants to help you get free premium upgrades and just needs your login real quick. It's not even your fault, really. Technology keeps evolving to make life faster, smoother, more convenient, and scammers are evolving right alongside it, like malware Pokemon. Every time a platform gets smarter, they get sneakier. So here's the uncomfortable truth. Digital safety isn't about being paranoid. It's about being realistic. Because no matter how long you've been online, whether you're a digital native, a veteran of the MySpace wars, or someone who still thinks password 123 is edgy, you are not immune to manipulation. Trust is a beautiful thing, but in the wrong context, it's also how people lose their money, their data, their accounts, and sometimes their entire online identity. And sometimes they lose much more than that. One of the subjects in my journalism degree was investigative reporting. One of our assignments was to work with data, and I chose online dating scams. Because if you want to study blind trust at its most dangerous, look no further than people in love. Some of the stories still haunt me. People who emptied their bank accounts to help their soulmate get out of a fabricated emergency. People who flew overseas to meet someone they thought was the one, only to disappear or turn up dead. And for every high-profile tragedy, there are thousands of quieter ones. People who never get their money back, their dignity, or their peace of mind. Some end up taking their own lives, not just from shame, but from heartbreak. If you want a Hollywood-flavored glimpse of how cold and calculated this industry is, watch The Beekeeper. Yes, it's over the top. And yes, Jason Statham punches through more doors than most people walk through in a week. But beneath the action is a very real truth.
I just got a message saying that there's a problem with my computer.
Yes, ma'am, we got this.
Yesterday she shot herself.
Scam call centers exist. They're well-funded, well-organized, and they do not care about you. They're not desperate people doing what they have to. They're clocking in to work each day to bleed you dry. Your emotions, your family, your retirement fund, that's just line 3 on their script. So no, I'm not trying to make you paranoid. I'm trying to make you pause before you click that link, before you hand over your password, before you trust someone who's a little too eager to help you fix something. You know what's worse than dealing with hacked accounts every day at work? Realizing the people closest to me are the ones still using the same password for everything. Looking at you, my kids, and their father. And before you laugh, consider this. You probably know your Netflix password better than your banking one. You've likely reused that same password for your email, a shopping site, and maybe even your Second Life account. Spoiler, if one goes down, they all go down. Recently, Linden Lab had to hold a serious sit-down with bloggers because account takeovers in Second Life have jumped. Why? Because they're trying to modernize their financial systems, instant payouts, easier changes, and guess what? That makes them a tastier target for scammers. Brad, yes, that Brad, Linden Labs CEO, said something I actually agreed with for once.
The biggest threat to your account isn't some hacker. It's you.
He's right. Whether it's clicking dodgy links, handing over your login to your friend, or refusing to use MFA because it's annoying, you're the weakest link in your own chain of digital safety. And here's the reality. People are still giving out their passwords. And don't worry, I've been guilty of that too. People are still clicking on fake links that look almost right. People are still using the same login for their email, their online shopping, and their banking like one key that unlocks every door in the building. Linden Labs' trust and safety team is overwhelmed. They shut accounts down the minute they suspect a compromise. And people still get angry about it. But let me say this clearly. You'd be more pissed if all your money disappeared unless it already has. And I say that as someone who deals with this kind of reaction in my real-life job every single day. On one side, people whinge about too much security. Why do I need to verify this? Why is it asking again? Why can't it just let me in? And on the other side, the ones who did get compromised now scream about all the extra steps they have to go through. Possibly the exact same people who complained in the first place and probably clicked some sketchy link because they thought it would get them there faster. You can't have it both ways. You either put up with a few roadblocks now, or you deal with the chaos after someone drives your digital life straight into a wall. This goes way beyond one login. Your entire digital life is on the line. Zig, a cybersecurity expert I trust, put it simply. If a cybercriminal finds one of your passwords, I guarantee they'll try it on all your accounts. That's why I use a password manager. No, it's not glamorous, but it's smarter than the alternative. Spending your Sunday begging customer support to undo the damage after someone used your account to go on a shopping spree you didn't authorize. Zig recommends Bitwarden if you're flying solo and 1Password if you're wrangling a team. Just steer clear of LastPass. They've had more breaches than I've had coffees today. And that's saying something. Personally, I've been using Roboform since dinosaurs roamed the internet, easily 10 years or more. And because I'm a fully branded Apple sheep, I also use the built-in password manager. Yes, I know, it's another subscription, but unless you're genuinely ready to handwrite 16-character passwords in a leather-bound notebook like it's 1994, trust me, it's worth every cent. Now, while we're on the topic of tools people think will magically save them, let's talk about VPNs. They're not invisibility cloaks. They're not wizard spells. And unless you're actually hiding from Mordor, you probably don't need to treat them like they're your only line of defense. Here's a breakdown. What VPNs can't do, they don't make you invisible. You're not Frodo. Your VPN provider can still see what you're doing and might log it, especially if you're not paying for a reputable one. If you're doing shady things online, you're still traceable. They don't stop viruses. Using a VPN won't save you from downloading that free PDF that's secretly a digital landmine. That's what Antivirus is for. They don't replace your internet. You still need to be online. The VPN just reroutes your traffic through a tunnel, not Narnia. They don't protect you from you. If you click on dodgy links, give away your login info, or fall for a phishing scam, no VPN will save your sorry self. What VPNs can do? Bypass censorship and geo-blocks. Want to watch US Netflix from Thailand or access a site your country blocks? This is where VPNs shine. Spoof your location. Helpful for streaming, testing regional content, or pretending you're somewhere cooler than your actual postcode. Hide DNS requests. This keeps your internet provider or that creepy cafe Wi-Fi from snooping on where you're headed online. And honestly, if your security is already decent, you probably don't need a VPN for everyday browsing. HTTPS is now standard. Look for the little padlock in your browser. That means your traffic is already encrypted. And let's be real. Most of your privacy threats come from tracking cookies and third-party scripts. Use uBlock Origin, Privacy Badger, or just don't click on every shiny ad you see. Because the real problem isn't your tools, it's you. So before you throw money at another subscription, ask yourself, are you using strong, unique passwords? Are you using a password manager? Is MFA turned on? And not the kind that just sends you a text. Are you actually reading links before you click them? If the answer to any of those is meh, then a VPN won't save you. But common sense might. Let's talk about email. You know, that ancient tool we still rely on to confirm accounts, reset passwords, and send digital birthday cards to people we barely talk to. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Email was never built to be secure. It's the equivalent of sending a postcard. Anyone handling it along the way can read it. In my job, we don't use email for anything sensitive. Why? Because it's ridiculously easy to spoof, intercept, or compromise. If someone gains access to your inbox, they can reset your passwords, pretend to be you, and basically take over your digital life without ever guessing a single password. Think of it like this. Your email is the master key to your online kingdom. If that key is sitting under the doormat, everything else, your bank, your socials, your shopping accounts, is one click away from being wide open. So if you're serious about security, lock down your email like it's Fort Knox. Use a long, unique password. Enable MFA, no exceptions. And if your recovery email is your old Hotmail from 2006, update it. Now, since we've already mentioned MFA, let's break it down, because most people nod along like they know what it means while secretly thinking it's some kind of pop band from the 90s. MFA stands for multi-factor authentication. It's the digital equivalent of a double lock. You enter your password and then prove you're really you, usually by entering a code sent to your phone or email. Sounds secure, right? Well, sort of. According to Zig, our go-to cybersecurity brain and actual expert, not all MFA is created equal. The basic version, where you get a code by text or email, is better than nothing, but still kind of flimsy. If someone hacks your inbox, they now have access to everything, plus your MFA codes. That's like locking your front door, but leaving the key under a doormat labeled key. And here's the irony. People will say, oh, I don't need MFA on my email. I just use it to message an old uni friend. Cool. Except your banking, MFA code is being sent to that same email. That just-in-case account is now a launchpad for disaster. Zig recommends using an Authenticator app instead, like Google Authenticator, which generates time-based codes that refresh every 30 seconds. These are way harder to intercept because nothing is being transmitted. Now, in theory, that's great. In practice, I had way too many MFA apps installed and couldn't remember which one I was using for what. Every login turned into a guessing game. Was it Authy? Duo? That one with the purple icon I installed during a caffeine-fueled security panic? Eventually, I decided to simplify. One app for all codes, because if your security setup starts to feel like a full-time job, something's gone wrong. So yes, use an Authenticator app, but maybe don't collect them like Pokemon. But wait, there's more. If you're really serious about protecting your stuff, or if you're a public figure, business owner, or just someone with enemies, digital or otherwise. Zig recommends going full vault mode, a hardware security key. These little USB devices, like the ones from YubiKey, require you to physically tap them when logging in. That means even if someone has your password and your MFA code, if they don't have the key in their hand, they're locked out. In short, MFA via SMS or email equals not ideal, but better than nothing. MFA via an app equals solid choice. MFA via hardware key equals Fort Knox energy. And let's not forget the biggest security hole of all, us. Even with the fanciest MFA setup in the world, if you type your login, password, and MFA code into Amazon.com because you weren't paying attention, you've just gift-wrapped your credentials for the scammer. Congrats. Bottom line, use MFA. Any kind, the strongest you can manage. Because getting locked out for 5 minutes is still better than getting wiped out in 30 seconds. Quick detour. Antivirus. Yes, it's still a thing. And yes, people are still trying to sell it to you like it's a revolutionary idea, because apparently we're stuck in a time loop from 2006. So I asked Zig, my go-to cybersecurity oracle, for his take. The short version, you do need antivirus. But you don't necessarily need to pay for one, especially if you're using Windows 11. These days, Microsoft's built-in antivirus has stepped up its game. They now collaborate with major cybersecurity firms behind the scenes, which means you're getting decent real-time protection straight out of the box. But if you can afford a third-party option, Zig recommends it, particularly if you're a business or handle anything remotely sensitive. The reason is scale. While a smaller, lesser-known company might have a dozen or so researchers working on new threats, big-name providers might have hundreds. That kind of coverage means quicker updates, better threat detection, and far fewer "sorry, we missed that" moments. He also made this point: I'm not always a fan of giving money to giant corporations, but in this case, it's worth it. Zig's personal favorite is Bitdefender, which, let's be honest, sounds like a Marvel sidekick with a laptop, and honestly, the name alone earns a few bonus points. But ultimately, it's not about which one he uses. It's about not relying on hope and expired trial software. Bottom line, Windows Defender is fine for basic use on a modern system. A reputable third-party antivirus gives you a stronger safety net. Don't download totally free super antivirus 2024.x from some back alley of the internet.
Why pay for antivirus when you can just unplug the Wi-Fi? Problem solved.
And here's your friendly disclaimer. Do your own research before investing in antivirus software. Everyone's setup is different, and what works for one person might be overkill or not enough for another. Just don't skip it completely. I'll be careful isn't a cybersecurity strategy. It's a plot device in horror movies. As for Second Life, well, let's just say the scammers have definitely discovered the grid. The minute real-time payments became a thing, it was like hanging a free buffet sign for cyber criminals. Instant cash-outs? Juicy target. Add in some classic social engineering? Yes, people are still falling for, "I'll fix it for you, just give me your login." Passwords like Potato1 making a comeback, and marketplace lookalike pages tricking even veteran residents, and you've got a recipe for digital disaster. Oh, and if you're buying Linden dollars on Discord because it's cheaper, don't expect Linden Lab to feel bad when you get cleaned out. You're breaking the rules, doing it loudly, and with zero backup plan. And while we're at it, stop entertaining the 100 Linden's beggars. If someone feels off, they probably are. Block, report, move on. Even if you think reporting won't help, do it anyway. The trust and safety team can't act on what they don't know, and giving scammers a free pass just keeps the cycle going. So yeah, scammers are getting smarter, but so can we. Whether you're in Second Life, real life, or somewhere in between, your digital habits matter more than ever. Quick disclaimer before we wrap this up. This isn't a one-size-fits-all security manual. It's general guidance, mixed with some common sense and a healthy dose of sarcasm. You still need to do your own research, assess your setup, and use your brain. Because staying safe online starts with actually thinking before you click. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever fallen for a sketchy link? Know someone who bought discount lindens from a guy with trusted in his username? Or maybe you've got a password horror story that can beat Potato One. Drop it in the comments. I'm nosy, and I love a good digital drama. And hey, if you learned something, had a laugh, or just realized you should probably update your passwords, like, now, give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button and share it with someone who still thinks MFA is a pop group from the 90s. Because staying safe online, it's not just smart, it's sexy. This is Pris, signing off with sass, facts, and a side of digital paranoia. Stay sharp, stay safe, and change that damn password. Yes, I'm pointing fingers and looking directly at you. Don't make me come through the screen.